why most traders fail to carry out comprehensive market analysis on a daily basis. And when I say comprehensive, I mean from the higher time frames. I don't know. So ask yourself this question. Why don't you carry out comprehensive analysis before jumping into the market? It's a pleasure having you here again. My name is Tolu, CSAFOREX, and we, as usual, are going to talk about the majors and gold, and we are going to look at opportunities for the week. Great. And of course, as we said, opportunities for the week. Happy New Week to everybody. Today is the 6th of December. And of course, the market is gradually winding down for the year. This is the Euro USD. And of course, we talked about the Euro USD last week, where we said it was in no man's land. And of course, it was indeed in no man's land as it kept on respecting these levels here of resistance and then these levels here of support. So it was more or less stuck inside here, and it is still stuck, by the way. What we're going to be looking out for this week is either a test of this lows here, of this demand, and then a push higher, or a test of this highs here, this resistance, or you could call it a supply, and then, look for shots in this area. So this is the Euro USD, nothing to write home about for now. It has been ranging in between these two key levels of 1.1250 and 1.1370 areas, right? So this is the almighty Euro USD, the fiber. And then we have cable. Cable, if you look at it very well, last week we had it respect these areas here of former support, respected as resistance, and indeed was, and then it has dropped. We're expecting that this area again, if tested, should act as what? Should act as resistance, and then we can sell here. But looking at this also, you will notice that we have this lows over here, but then we are not saying look for opportunities to buy at this area here, because these are the lows, and of course you'll be going against the trend. And you can see that the trend over here is a downtrend. You can go against the trend if you want. You could be a counter trend trader, but you must, know exactly what you are doing, because you are fighting the trend. Very important for you to note. But then we always prefer that you trade with the trend, follow the market, flow with the market, which is very important. Last week we had the Aussie and the Kiwi, which happened to be the biggest movers. If you look at them very well, they look pretty much similar. And then from what we have here, it's a no-brainer. Sorry, I said row. It's a no-brainer that we're looking out for another retest here, right? You can see that we're pointing areas where we would like the market to go to. And then some people might say, hey, Tolu, why don't you enter here? Why don't you try to go longs here? No, because it might just act in this manner. It might just push up a bit and then drop, right? If it pushes up and drops, then that means that it has now created a new area here that we should be looking out for, because this was lows here. So we need to be careful. Even though we're looking out for the market to get to this point here, it doesn't mean, hey, let's start buying from this point and then try to take it up, right? It's good at times to be able to do coast to coast, but don't forget, you should know what you are doing and always try your possible best not to be against the market. It is an easy recipe for disaster, right? So we said the Aussie and the Kiwi are pretty similar, as you can see, waiting here too at this area of resistance. You can see we just have one area that we are interested in. Now, this is the good thing about support and resistance. Once you understand support and resistance, you don't need to draw so many levels on your chart. What you'll be doing is just to put up one or two of interest for the week, and then you wait for the market to react to it. Don't forget, as we always do, we try to do an update to show you exactly what happened based on this market review, market analysis that we're carrying out for the week. And you can see we're using the 4 hours time frame, which simply means that we're waiting and looking at this from a higher time frame perspective. The dollar Swizzy, if you look closely, this is one overall, this is looking like a big hot mess. Yes, a big and hot mess over here. But from what we have here, we still have this area here that should act as what? Act as resistance. It's acting as resistance, and then support. You have some areas of resistance, support. You can see support. So this area here is still very hot and still very, very tradable. Yes, tradable. Even though for this higher time frame, it is a lot of consolidation here, but you can still find levels to trade. And then the dollar yen too. This here is a big range here, but even inside the range, you can still see these areas here where it has obviously acted as a form of resistance, support. Don't forget, drawing support and resistance should not be that difficult. We have a free course in the description below that would help you to understand how to draw them, and of course the price action to look out for that would help you to enter, because this is an area of interest, and then the manner in which the market approaches this area of interest is key. And then the entry trigger based on probably your price action candlesticks, like the popular hammers, popular dojis, spinning tops, or even engulfers is what you'll be using in this area. And then now we have the loonie, the USD card. You can see we had this deep move down. Well, if you look very well, this here has started to push higher. It has started to push higher, especially as the dollar has been strong and the crude oil has been falling. The crude oil has been tanking, right? The crude oil got to about $80 per barrel much earlier, about a month, 2 months ago, but then has been crashing for a while now. And of course, you would ask yourself, why is that so? You will notice that this Omicron variant of the COVID-19 that has just emerged is putting a lot of uncertainty in the market, and with that uncertainty, investors are wary, and of course they wouldn't want to jump in, but rather prefer to hold and see how things unfold. And that's how to trade. Don't rush. Patience is key. Patience is a virtue. So you wait to see how things emerge. You notice that there have now been travel bans, I'm sure, and I hope that we have been paying attention to what's happening out there with respect to the COVID-19, the Omicrons, and the rest of them, right? You notice that there have been some travel bans here and there, and of course there's some possible lockdowns as well. So that means that this pandemic is far from over. Not trying to scare anybody, but we can all, play our own part. Social distancing, your face mask, hand sanitizers, and the rest of them. And if you're feeling feverish, if you're not feeling too good, try to be indoors, right? Very, very important. So look at what's happening here on the dollar card. We would like a retest of this area here to now act as support. Don't forget, we said that the dollar also has been strong for a little while. And then finally, gold. Yes, gold. If you look at gold, from just looking at this chart, I would just like to draw a fib, right? Most times I wouldn't even do that, because I'll just be eyeballing. I'll look at it and then I'll have a pretty good idea that this area where the price is now is about 61. I won't even say 50. If you draw a fib, this area here, or let's even draw a fib just to show you, right? Because I'm using my eyes, but then if you draw a fib, Fibonacci retracement from the highs here to the lows here, you see, oh, it's even broke out of the 61.8 in this area here. So that means that we're rather close. So you can see this area has acted as a form of support. You can see, or rather resistance, support, and then acted as support on this area here. But then what we're looking out for, right? What we're looking out for now, as the market has gotten to this point here, we're looking for some sideways action. I'm saying sideways action and not just a drop down here. Sideways action because the economic calendar for today is rather quiet. Now let me show you what I mean by the economic calendar for today. Let's quickly switch over to popular Forex Factory and let's look at what we have today. If you look at today, Monday, you'll notice that the only thing that we have coming up Monday is at 12:30 p.m. at 12:30 p.m. and that has to do with the pound, right? And that's the NPC member Broadbent is giving a speech. But all the same, this is not going to be that volatile. Today is a Monday. Mondays is notorious for being rather slow. Let's put it that way. Paint watching day. So from what we have here Monday, it might rather be slow. And then this gold that we're looking at, even though it is at an area of interest for us to jump in right now, we might as well have some little sideways until tomorrow, and then we might probably have our drop down, right? Or maybe later tomorrow it could push to this area here that has also acted as a form of resistance. You look very well, some form of resistance over here, and then we look here for opportunities to take a short position. Either way, with these areas that we have marked out from the Euro USD down to the gold, don't forget that trading is a speculative business. And of course, as we're speculating what will happen, you need to do this having your risk properly calculated, and of course also having your stop loss in place. These are things that are very, very important for all traders to take note of. Now, as we've talked about the majors and gold, right, we're going to call it a day here. We're going to rest. Watch this video a couple of times. Pay attention to the levels that have been marked. You can also mark them on your chart as well and see how they play out for opportunities to get some nice pips this week. Yes, opportunities. That's why we call this the market analysis for the week. Market review, market outlook for the week. So do what you have to do. Many pips to you. If the video was helpful, of course, hit the like button. If you are new, or if you have been watching a couple of our videos and you are yet to hit the subscribe button, why? Come on, hit the subscribe button. It helps me to grow. And of course, you could also share the video. It helps others that need this kind of video to see what's happening in the market. And then, of course, they would also grow, right? And of course, if you have any question, any assist whatsoever, comment in the section below and let's see what we can do for you. Thank you, everybody. It has been a good one. And of course, ensure to trade safely. God bless you. You want to learn more on this support and resistance? There is indeed a link for the free course below where you can learn and learn and learn. It's all about learning at the end of the day. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day and God bless. Cheers.